finish my statement.
Yeah.
I just want people to feel loved. I think that's how I want to leave an imprint. I want people to know that they are loved and that they're important. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to our podcast today.
Wide Open Spaces, episode 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're feeling good today. We're happy. We're excited.
You don't sound excited.
I am excited.
Like, we're excited.
I know.
We are.
I really am. I'm in a happy place, like, with everything, with life in general.
All right, go ahead and lead with that.
I feel peaceful. I felt stressed over the last couple of months. Like, I've just had things going on, and now I'm, like, relaxed, and I'm ready for the weekend, and I'm ready for your birthday, and, like, just exciting things in life over the next month that I can just relax.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't feel stressed about anything.
Good. Yeah. Good. Oh, you summer girl, you're always so happy in the middle of summer.
I know. I tiptoe too because I'm like, man, it's so hot. I can't wait for like a fall cool day. But also, it's middle of July, and I haven't done anything summery. Like, been to the beach or to the lake or like a float trip or camping or like any of those core summer things that I like to do, or even like a public pool. I haven't been to a public pool, which I always go, like always with the kids, and like I haven't done that either. I know. So I have lots of things that I want to do, so summer's definitely not over for me. But I wouldn't be mad if it got a little cooler.
Yeah, for sure. I would say I probably haven't done any of those either. I mean, I've been to a public pool because of the kids, but we've just been outside, really. Like, just outside. We haven't gone and done anything monumental. Yeah.
Last weekend's the first time I got a slight sunburn. Oh. And I like getting sunburned. Sorry about my skin cancer folks and whatever. I just like getting a little sunburn, like a little rosy cheeks and nose situation. Like, it just feels so good. Yeah. I just got that last weekend. So.
Wow, I can't relate. I'm so, like, tan. Like, my shoulders are dark because me and the kids are outside every day. Literally just in our own backyard, just playing. Yeah. And my little babies they're Puerto Rican, and I'm white. And they're just, like, the perfect little sun-kissed brown right now.
It's so cute. I thought I wasn't getting tan until, the other day I was in the shower, and I looked at my... Oh, yeah, you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I have a white watch... ring and I'm like, wrist, I'm getting a little bit of color.
No, you are.
But
and with that pink top on that you have right now too, you can really tell.
I know. The neon pinks and stuff really just
accenting the blonde hair.
Giving very Barbie today.
Here for it.
I like.
Good. I'm glad you're doing good.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I've had a pretty decent day. I don't know. I'm good. Life's good. Nothing like crazy that's happening. EJ and I are gonna go see a movie tonight. We're gonna go see a scary movie. Long Legs. Yeah, he wants to go see that.
Yeah, I was wondering if he went the other day because I saw somebody posted on their story.
Jay. It was Jay.
Okay. Yeah. That. Good luck. Have fun at that.
Thank you.
Happy
Kelsey
for
can't
you.
do scary movies, by the way. It's not her thing.
Yeah.
No, he was like, I want to go see it tonight, which is out of character for him. He doesn't usually do scary movies either. It's usually me. I'm the one that's influencing you two to come see a scary movie with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're going to go by yourself? And he's like, well, and I was like, can I come? And he's
Am
like,
I invited?
He's like, well, yeah, I didn't know if you'd want to come. I'm like, ask.
I don't think I told you this, but when I went to Boise the last day we were there, it was just like a chill day where we went. And we watched a movie. We watched A Quiet Place.
Oh, okay.
And I was like scared at first because I just don't do scary stuff. It doesn't make me happy. And I was so tired.
Yeah.
I slept through the whole damn movie. And my friend, one of the girls that was sitting beside me, the movie was A Quiet Place. So the majority of the movie is super quiet.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
And the theater is like silent. And I'm sitting over there snoring. And she would elbow me and everyone would start snickering. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm just passing out here in this movie because I don't want to watch it.
Quiet, I'm hungover, I'm tired.
Everyone's like enjoying it and like doing their thing with this scary movie. I'm like, all I can do is sleep. I can't keep myself up. It was so funny. Oh, yeah.
Okay, before we jump into our like topics, I would like to say that Kelsey and I have started to make ourselves not talk to each other before these podcasts, which was so hard. I was like, I did not realize. I know I talked to you a lot, but last night, probably like 5 times.
I know.
I was like,
yeah,
I've got a problem. This morning, I was going to text you, and I was like, I can't. I'm not allowed to yet.
I know.
So when I text you, I was like, are you ready? I was so ready. I was like, I need to get over there.
I know. I was like, I woke up at like 8:30 because my sleep schedule just weird
and you
after
didn't
traveling.
Tell me.
I know. And because I need to be able to wake up in the morning to go to work.
Yeah.
So like I'm going to wake my ass up in the morning, and I go to bed till 5 because I stayed up all night reading.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I woke up at 8:30 and I was like going to text you, and I was like, no, let me wait.
Yeah.
And then when you texted me like 11:30, I was like, okay, she's ready.
I was so ready. I was sitting at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, okay, I got a few products done. I got a few things going. Yeah. I did this. I put this here. I'm on YouTube. And I was like, oh, well, I've got a few hours to spare. I wonder what Kelsey's doing.
Ready to go.
I'm texting EJ as he's here last night. Tell Kelsey I said goodnight. Tell Kelsey I said hi.
Yeah.
He
was like, why is she telling me to tell you this? I'm like, because we can't talk to each other for 24 hours.
Which was so funny because before he left, he was like, it was not a big deal. He was just annoying me because I was exhausted. Mm-hmm. Not him. Like, he actually was fine. Mm-hmm. But I was really tired by the end of the day. I mean, we went to the zoo in 100-degree weather.
Yeah.
And so he was like, who pissed you off? I'm like, no one pissed me off. I'm just tired. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm ready to put these kids to bed and just, like, sit down. And he's like, okay. And then I text him and was like, tell Kelsey I said hi. So I think he thought we were fighting.
Oh.
That was really why, and I didn't tell him. And I was like, I texted him immediately. I was like, we're not fighting. Everything's fine.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so on the topics of things that I wanted to text you, we need to verify our email on something for the podcast.
Oh,
so
okay.
Mark that down as a note.
I never check that email.
I know. I was in it yesterday, and I could have done it, but I need your license because it's under your name. So if I put it on there, they're going to be like, you're not Kelsey.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part about business stuff together.
I know.
It's like, whose primary
name is
on this? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how other people do that. Everyone's just doing everything wrong, but it's always like, who's a primary? You can't just both be primary on like pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Annoying. Okay, and then
there's still something going on with our website.
Oh, really?
Some kind of verification for it, and I thought I did it all. I don't know.
You'll have to talk to my dad because he knows what it is.
Too. Yeah. Also, any kind of like edits that he's been doing are not on the website. I don't know if he needs to publish it or something.
He needs to publish it, but he can't because it's not verified. So you can't see most of anything.
Yeah, it all looks the same from like the OG when I started it and just made something to have something.
You need to schedule meets with Papa Russ.
I need a little meet and greet with Papa
so you
Russ.
guys can fix something out together because he was working on that pretty consistently there for a little bit, and he stopped because like he lost like direction and can't do anything. Yeah. So he's ready when you're ready.
Okay. Okay.
At least for your portion of the website. The rest of it I can help with, but that part is all you, boo boo.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, speaking of that business, so we're talking about the cleaning business right now that we both owned together before, and now Kelsey owns solely. Mm-hmm. One of our clients has been watching me on TikTok. I'll show you the screen so you can show the name because I'm not going to out them on here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, weird, because she's not following me. So I followed her back because, like, do you not understand how TikTok works? Like, you can see people that view your profile. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Okay. I have other things to say about that, but I won't right now.
Okay, well.
And we're back.
Something that I will go ahead and put on the podcast because I think it's important is that, like, I think I get nervous about other people's wives, especially anyone that's ever been associated with the military, because of my personal experiences with wives in the military. Yeah. They get jealous sometimes for a good reason and sometimes for not. And I have literally been personally attacked several times.
Personally victimized by your wife.
By your wife simply for existing.
Yeah.
Like,
fucked up.
Like, it's super fucked up. But also, like, part of the time, it was the wife's fault. And the other part of the time, it was the husband's fault. Because they were being a toxic, disgusting human being. Mm-hmm. But also, like, your problems in your marriage are your problems. Yeah. And you need to fix that with you. Yeah. And if you are having such a problem in your marriage that you think you need to come at and attack somebody that they're working with, girl, it's time for some self-evaluation. It's time to get about that marriage. Like, let's go. I've been some fucked up shit in my marriage, and I never did that to, like, another woman and, like, one of my husband's units or anything. Like, no. Yeah. Civilian bitches, 100% all day. All day. Not people he worked with, but, you know. Anyway, story for a different day. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. What else you got?
That's really it. The rest of these will fall into our categories.
Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about hot topics. Okay. I don't have very many. Yeah. First thing I want to say is MGK redid his Hotel Diablo album. That's like an anniversary, and slowed all of the songs down. It's only on YouTube. It's not like
I know you told me he's doing a lot of YouTube stuff.
And it's also like on a streaming service, but not like Apple Music or Spotify, and it is so good.
Is it?
Like, I don't think I'm ever going to get over MGK.
Honestly, as an artist, he's incredibly underrated. I know he's picked up popularity, but I don't think he's valued enough as an artist.
I agree. I think I've undervalued him myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love him so much, and I, like, whenever he first, like, popped off, I remember his Hotel Diablo album, the original, but I wasn't really into his rap game very much. When he became like did the rock and alternative stuff. That's when I was like, oh my god, I love him. And then the whole saga with Megan Fox, I was like, oh, this is so toxic, and I love it. It's so entertaining. Yeah. But like, I didn't put him on a pedestal with like great artists because I just didn't really think about it, I guess. But now he's just so slowly like creeping up there, and I really appreciate everything that he does. And also, I just love a sad boy.
Oh yeah,
I'm a sucker for a sad boy. Yeah, and he is so sad boy, and I'm like,
I didn't realize I liked a lot of his music till we went to his concert, and I was like, oh, I know like a whole lot of these songs. Yeah, I just never like recognized him as the artist. Yeah, and now that I'm learning more about him, like if you can separate his personal life and like who he is, like as an artist at his core, he's incredibly talented. Yeah, he's phenomenal, and even in his personal life, everyone's fucked up. Yeah, you know? And he's on his little healing journey. Yeah, and I think Megan Fox is good for him. I don't think he's good for Megan Fox.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like I think Megan Fox, after reading her book, learning more about her, I understand where she stands in life. Yeah. But also, queen, stand up.
I know.
Bitch, get out of there.
I know.
Like,
it's so heartbreaking.
Like,
she's so utterly in love, and, like, she feels like her soul is attached to him.
And that her purpose is to sacrifice who she is for the greater good of other people. Yeah. And I disagree.
Yeah, that's so fucking sad.
But who am I to tell her how to live her life? And like, also, I have been experienced that kind of love. Yeah. And so I get it. Yeah. But also, we got through. There is another side. Right. So, like, if they have another side, I'll be happy for them. Yeah. If they do this for 10 years, no, ma'am.
No. No. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's incredible. So the national anthem, did you listen to it? Did you see it?
No, you told me to wait and I listened to it here.
Okay.
Who was that?
She's a country artist. I can't even think of her name. But let's just play a little snippet of it.
Yeah. Okay, we were in the car yesterday and she was like playing this. I was like, what the hell is
Ingrid
that
Andreas is her name. She's a country artist.
She is?
She did the national anthem at the Home Run Derby in Arlington, and she was incredibly drunk.
She was drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. I can't. Because she thinks she's fucking crushing.
She does. She's ripped in, and like it's really just coming off as a drunk moan.
She's like, karaokeing the shit out of that song.
Out of the national anthem in front of the entire world.
Oh my god, I'm horrified for her, but at the same time, how are you drunk Was she just that
She
nervous?
has alcohol problems, apparently. The next day, she said she was going to check herself into rehab. And
I bet her PR specialist did tell her to do that.
Yeah. Also, like, who's Ingrid? Whatever her name is.
I don't know who that is.
Everyone knows her now.
Yeah, they know her now. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to kickstart your career,
right?
Baby.
Yeah. So she's gonna have the comeback of a lifetime, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's gonna have a 30-day rehab stint, maybe 2 weeks. Come back, she'll be sober, saved by God.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. Give me another chance.
Here's my new album.
Yep.
It's all about addiction.
Album dropping Friday.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna listen because they're like, hopefully she sings better than she did the national anthem. And views, baby.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. They're gonna have her back somewhere to do the national anthem, so she can like
redemption story.
Yeah, redemption story.
It's just so funny. Like,
the NFL would never. They're not gonna touch that with a 25-foot pole,
right? She made Fergie's national anthem at the basketball thing.
Oh my God.
Look like a dream.
She made Fergie's fucking halftime show look great.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yes.
God.
Poor Fergie. I know she can really sing. She just really can't perform and sing. I don't know what's going on.
You think after all these years she'd be
conditioned.
Good to go.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, also, the biggest news probably that we need to touch on is the assassination attempt on Trump's life.
Yeah.
Honestly, crazy that we're living through this. Like, you never think that in our lifetime
that's gonna
happen.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the past, you know, presidents have been assassinated, and it's a history, like, defining history moment.
Yeah.
And, like, we're living through that right now.
Also, we were born in the 90s. As far as presidents go, I mean, I know most generations say that. But, like, we've been alive through 9/11. We got the first black president. Gay people were allowed to get married. The overturn of Roe v. Wade. It's been a hell of a 20 years.
Honestly.
Like, 25 years.
Yeah.
So, this is just, like, okay. The actual, like, just shit show of the last couple of elections. I can't believe I'm watching the mockery of this go down. It's just... So, Kelsey and I don't necessarily identify with a political party. Right. I'm very personally open. I'm always open to change and learning and adapting.
Me too.
And I just don't necessarily feel that I care to align with one party or another because I agree with a lot of things.
I tiptoe the line on everything. So I can't, like, define myself as one side or the other.
And I don't think the two-party system is working the way it was intended to work.
Yeah.
Or it's just played out. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get too political on this podcast simply because it's just not what it's about. We hope that it's somewhere you can escape from shit like that and not sink your teeth in it too some more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that happened. That's crazy.
One more that you wouldn't let me talk about yesterday that you made me read on. The Gypsy Rose.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, what do you have to say?
I also tiptoe the line with her because she was treated very badly as a child.
Yeah.
Did you look into it, like her whole story? So her mother just abused the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And she ended up having her mom killed. And, like, part of me's like, good. Fuck that bitch. Like, but also, you had someone killed. Yeah. And now she's, like, has fame because of it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No.
Like, if she would have just, like, did her time, she did, like, 10 years or something, maybe that.
Yeah.
And then
I saw her in an interview with Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
I was like, bro, what?
Yeah.
She's, like, talking to Kim Kardashian about being controversial. And Kim is like, like, Kim Kardashian, you're talking to her about being controversial? Are you for real?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
and so it just feels icky for her to have all this, like, publicity and fame, and she's making money off of the fact that she had her mom killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
And everyone's just like, okay. So anyway, now she's pregnant.
Yeah. I knew
and
that,
I'm sure, I don't know. It pisses me off that people can just have babies whenever they want. and then like people that want to have babies can't have babies.
Yeah.
Like it just pisses me off and breaks my heart for people that want so hard, that are good people that try to have babies, can't. And Gypsy Rose, I don't think is fully mentally capable of raising a child by herself.
I agree.
Obviously, I see her on social media. I don't know her as a person, so I can't judge her on her parenting capabilities.
Yeah.
But it's just like...
There's just
It just makes me feel icky. I don't like it.
Yeah. I understand the frustration with the fame. Part of it, I definitely know she cannot help. Like, I mean, the story is insane.
Yeah.
Also, caveat, or just like tidbit, but the fact that it happened in Springfield, Missouri, I was completely not surprised.
No.
I was like, no. I've definitely met people that I know that could totally be capable of that. Like,
yeah.
I just... I'm going to save this for, to get a little bit more in depth on my feelings about the Midwest population for my episode, for my interview. Yeah. So we'll halt that one there.
Okay.
But, yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's hard to say on the parenting thing. Maybe she'll become a phenomenal parent.
I know.
You never know. Like, some people come out of the most traumatic experiences and take that and run with it.
Yeah.
Maybe while she was in for 10 years, she had a lot of time to work on herself. Like, that is the idea of the system.
Right.
Maybe it worked. Sometimes it does. Sometimes
most
of the time it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, she's now a convicted felon.
Mm-hmm.
She has no other way to make money.
True.
Besides
get your bag
bottom of the barrel, anything.
Yeah.
And she never had a chance as a child to create a skill or anything to create money. It was all taken from her. So and
her free will and ability to just do whatever the fuck she wanted.
Yeah.
She couldn't.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I see why she's exercising it that way.
For sure. I do too.
I can understand it, and I can be indifferent about it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that's why I say I like tiptoe the line, because I'm like,
yeah,
you had everything taken from you for like the first 20 years of your life.
Yeah.
And you were treated so poorly. So, like, go live your life.
Yeah. Those are the true people that should not have children. Like,
yeah.
People who treat children like that disgust me to another level.
Absolutely.
I know that's not something that's magical to say, but, no. You have to be a really specific kind of evil for that.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
Gypsy Rose. She just constantly, I'm like, on her side, and then not on her side. I'm like... why are we giving this person a platform? But also, get your bag, girl.
I hope in the future she uses it to advocate for situations like this, for people that are in those scenarios and may not even realize it or not know it or come from that, and they didn't gain publicity because they killed their mom.
Right.
They just eventually escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's also hope that the apple falls far from the tree.
Far, far, far.
When it comes to her parenting style.
I hope so.
Let's break those
cycles.
Cycles. Yeah. It ends with us.
Woo! Okay. What's next on your list?
Personal stuff that we've been doing.
Okay.
I just went to Branson, Missouri for my sister's bachelorette party.
Okay.
It was great. It was fun. It was relaxing. I was basically just drunk in a pool the whole time. Went to dinner once. But it was so fun. Yeah. It was nice to celebrate my sister. I think she had a good time. And she's going to get married next in September. She's the last sibling to get married, so aside from me, I guess. But
finally, all of them are finally married.
I know.
Party after wedding after party for the last 3 years.
Yes. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Kelsey has a lot of siblings. How many siblings?
4. There's 5 of us total. I'm the oldest. 4 below me.
Yeah.
So, they're all getting married now.
Yep.
I'll be done with. I'll be the... what's the last performer? I'll be the...
last act?
Last act.
Yeah. Class act? Is that what it is? A class act?
It's not a class act. It's the main event. The star of the show. What is that?
I don't know. Well, it'll come to us.
It'll come eventually. I'll be the last of the 5 to get married.
You'll be the headliner.
The headliner. There we go. So that's that. What'd you do this week?
I worked on some more products. I really didn't do anything super exciting this week. It hasn't been that long since we filmed the last episode. We are going to Galveston this weekend, though, which I'm pretty excited about. Going to Galveston for a couple of days. Kids are being taken care of by a nanny. I plan on being drunk on a beach for a couple of days. Yeah. And we're celebrating our extension of us. Yeah. Her 30th birthday party. Mm-hmm. And likely we'll be shooting an episode down there. Yeah. With hopefully her in it. Yeah.
A little beachy episode with the third of.
I know. It'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm going to have 4-5 days at the beach. I'm excited. Yeah. The ocean is like my favorite thing in the world, so.
True.
I'm excited to be there.
It's my second. Mountains are first for me. But, you know.
Totally. Okay, we can talk about books now.
Okay, yay. Okay. You finished your book last night.
Yeah, so I stayed up and finished 1,000 Boy Kisses last night. And I have truly... Okay, so aside from A Little Life, which is that really, really sad book.
Yes.
That's the cover of the
guy. It's really, really long, and it's like 30-some hours or something like that. Yeah.
So 1,000 Boy Kisses is the next saddest book I think I've ever read.
Oh, no.
It is so sad. I cried. You know, like when you tear up and then you gotta breathe and you go... I cried and, like, had that motion. I'm like, this is a book, like, affecting me. Like, it's not going to affect me long term because it's just, like, a sad story that is, like, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
But, like, the heartbreak, and it was, like, these kids are so young. They met when they were 5, and this story ended when they were 17. And they were in love from 5 to 17. They were neighbors, and they slept in the same bed because they had their windows were beside each other.
Yeah.
So they slept in the same bed since they were 9 years old. Like, he would sneak over to her house and sleep in bed with her from 9 to 17. Like, they were just so in love. And it was just so heartbreaking, and, like, everything that goes on is just crazy.
I don't know if I can do that book.
I know! It's really good, though. There's a second also about the girl in the book's sister. Yeah. I'm probably going to read it. It seems less sad.
Oh, really?
But
okay.
Yeah. So, if you want to cry really hard and just be in your feels, read that book.
1,000 Boy Kisses is good for
1,000 Boy Kisses is really good. But it's also, be prepared to cry because...
It's rough.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you're on Zodiac Academy and...
Yes. I'm on the Zodiac Academy and Twisted Love.
Twisted Love, yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to say, I'm glad it's not going to emotionally affect you for days.
Oh, I know.
Like other series have.
I know. Yeah, it didn't hit me like that because a lot of it's not, like, relatable to my life.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's, like, it's sad, but not for me.
But you move on.
Yeah, you can move on, thank God.
Anyway, yeah, I'm on the Zodiac Academy. I just started the first book. It is definitely good. It keeps your attention quick and fast, and it moves fast. Like,
yeah,
there's not going from reading Sarah J. Maas to this. The detail is completely different. Like, it describes, but not nearly as in depth. And honestly, I kind of like it. I'm able to like read it more and like get the picture going on. It's also a book based about like fae, and so I'm liking it so far. And I'm also listening to Twisted Love. And I feel like that book might fuck me up a little bit so far because it's definitely got some really fucked up childhood shit that's going on.
Sure does.
Woo, baby! And I'm just like not ready for it. I've already got to the part, spoiler alert, skip 30 seconds if you're reading this book or haven't, or if you care.
Yeah.
But like I've already got to the part where she's like realized that her mother pushed her in the fucking lake. And I'm just like, I feel you, girl. Yeah. I'm just like, what is wrong with me?
Right?
I'm so... But I feel like this is going to cut too deep for me. It's just sad. It's just so sad. And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Well, it shifts even more further and it gets even more sad.
So oh, yeah. I know. I know. It's nice because I'm listening to that one, so it's a shorter audiobook. So I'll have it done in a couple days.
Yeah.
Zodiac Academy books like only get bigger, though, so I'll be reading those for a while.
Like Sarah J. Maas books.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's why I was like, I want to take a quick break, quick detour, but why? It's an 12 book series. It's not a quick detour. I just have too many things I want to read all the time.
I know.
So I'm all over the place.
I know. This morning I was like, okay, what book am I going to start today? I'm like, I want to start the Zodiac Academy because I want to read it in tandem with you, but also I know I'm going to read it way faster.
Yeah. So
but I also want to read
something else and then come back around.
I know, but I want to read Iron Flame.
Mm.
But also I want to read it with you. So I'm like, I'm just going to have to pick and choose.
You're going to pick something.
Yeah. I'm also going to take a book to the beach this weekend and read it. And I think I'm going to try Haunting Adeline again because that book scared me and I had like a bad dream, so I stopped reading it. But this time I'll be with a group of people like for multiple days in a row in the same house. So maybe I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Deanna lets you read.
That's true. Oh, I fully plan on sitting my ass in the sand on the beach and reading. So
true.
Yeah.
I was just like, Deanna will have your expectations.
I know. Yeah. Or we'll need to listen to music and singing and dancing on the beach
the whole time.
Which also I'm not mad about. Yeah. But 5 days, surely I can find a little bit of time
to get some book reading.
Yeah.
If you get up early enough and get out there on the beach, you'll be all right. It has a front porch too. Yeah. I don't know. Good luck.
We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is getting this. I don't know. Hold on.
I'm sure it is.
This way. No, so
we'll stop and
wear a tank top next time. I want to before we do the interview part, yes. So okay. Make sure that we're getting good audio.
Good audios.
All right, is that all we have on books? What else we got? Nothing left in the topics. Okay.
Yep.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, to the meat and potatoes of this episode. We are going to get to know Kelsey Star Level today. That is her full given name.
Yes.
Her surname.
Also my stripper name.
Honestly, we all have stripper names. Like, your name's Kelsey Star. My name's Taryn Rain. Our friend's name is Sapphire.
Yeah. We all got a little stripper in us.
We got a Deanna Marie hanging around. Girl.
Oh my god.
That's what?
Funny. We all got stripper names.
Before I start asking questions, is there anything you'd like to preface yourself with?
Yeah, I'll just introduce myself, I guess. So I am Kelsey, like Taryn said. I'm from Nevada, Missouri. I lived there for the first almost 30 years of my life. All of my family lives there or within 15 miles of Nevada. And I
are stopping there because I'm going to.
Are stopping there because that's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your childhood and your family.
I had a great childhood. My parents did divorce. I would say the only trauma I probably have in my life is because of that. But I had a great life, as good as anyone could hope for. My parents are great. My family's great. My family rolls deep. We do everything together.
Everything.
Always.
Yeah.
Every weekend is a new event. Someone's birthday. Someone's got a baseball game, a basketball game, gymnastics, art, whatever it is. The littlest thing that someone has to do, we're all there supporting each other, which is great. But also sometimes sucks because then you don't make time for yourself or do what you want.
Yeah.
But I have a great family. I'm pretty blessed.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's fast forward. Kelsey graduated high school from Nevada, and let's talk about your adulthood. What did you want to be when you grew up?
So I knew I always wanted to be a hairstylist, but I felt like my parents didn't like that because it's hard to make. Because in our town, there's a million bars, a million churches, and a million hairstylists.
Yeah, true.
So my parents were like, do something else. So I went to college. I went to Fort Scott Community College in Fort Scott, Kansas. And after 1 year, I quit. And at this time, I was living with my brother and my other brother, but not technically blood, Eric and Tony. And we pretty much just partied all the time. And I decided I wanted to go to cosmetology school. So I went to cosmetology school, got my license, and I did hair for like five-ish years.
Mm-hmm.
By this time, I'm like 27, maybe.
Yeah.
And I decided, actually, I don't want to be a hairstylist anymore. Something about me is like, I like change. I don't want to do the same thing all the time. I cannot be the person that gets a job at 24, whatever, after you finish college or whatever.
Yeah.
And do that job until I'm retired at 70.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. I cannot be that person.
Which is so common where we're from.
Yeah.
That it's like really hard to go against that grain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Everyone like you're either like on drugs and skipping job to job to job just to pay for whatever, or you have a career in a job that you work your whole life.
Yeah.
And I just don't fit those molds at all.
Mm-mm.
So after I stopped doing hair, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. So I worked for a mortgage company that was like stay at home. I was like, this is cool. I was just living, doing whatever. All of my brothers started having babies and started getting married. And I just didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. So I was 29.
Mm-hmm.
And Taryn said, just come live with me in Texas. And so I said, okay.
Which I had actually offered a couple times before. Mm-hmm. She wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And Kelsey gets vacation blues. We had just come home from a girls' trip to Arizona.
Yep.
It was like around my birthday. It wasn't necessarily for my birthday. I was there for a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And you came, and then you texted me, and you were like, I'm just so sad. Like, I did not want that trip to end. Like, I don't want to be here. And I was like, then don't be there.
Yeah.
Like, pack up your car and get on with it. Right. And realistically, it wasn't even me that convinced you, it was EJ.
Yeah.
EJ was like, I'm a texter. Yeah. And to this day, I don't even think I know what he said. Like, yeah.
It was long.
It was so long. My husband is a talker. It's always good, but man, his wisdom.
Yes.
He will put it on you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I now thinking about, it was so hard to move. I don't know why. Like, it was just so hard to leave my family because it's all I ever known my whole life, and even now it's hard to be away from them, but like, I'm so glad I moved.
Yeah.
Like, I think about it all the time about like what I would be doing if I was still in Nevada.
Yeah.
I'd be working some stupid job, probably. I never would have started my own business.
No.
Never like realized that it was a possibility because it just seemed so far fetched, or like you had to be rich to have a business or something.
Yeah.
Like the things I've learned just leaving Missouri and like seeing the world is crazy.
Which is always funny to me when we talk about money from where we're from, because I feel like we know a lot of people there who have money or think they have money, and then you go out into the real world and you're like, these people don't even know what money is.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even understand because just the cost of living alone there. $200,000 a year job there will make you a king.
Yes.
$200,000 down here in Texas ain't gonna do shit.
Ain't gonna do nothing.
You live a good life. Yeah. But it won't be anything.
You're not rich.
You're not rich.
You're barely you're paying your bills and like
you
having one vacation a year that you have to scrounge up for.
Yeah, and you either have two modest things, a modest car, a modest house, or you have one nice car and a modest house. Like, you don't get both. Like, in that, if you do, you're struggling. At 200, which is crazy.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to rewind it a little bit. Okay. The first time I met you, I was like 11, maybe?
Yeah.
I think somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around that time. And I was hanging out with Whitney. And I knew you as Eric's brother.
Yeah.
Eric's sister, Whitney's cousin. And that's like really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think that I like remember my first impression of you. I just knew you were, which is funny because you were Whitney's age, but I just knew you were older than me and cooler than me. That is what I knew.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, I do remember my first impression of you.
Oh, really?
I always thought, which I'm pretty sure I've told you this, I always thought you were just gorgeous and like rich, and I didn't know why you were hanging out with us.
Oh, you thought I was rich?
Yeah, because your dad owned a gas station.
My dad did have a lot of money.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
For a handful of years, he had a good amount of money.
Yeah.
He just didn't know what to do with it. And we've talked about that before. And like, he just didn't have the same like financial knowledge or education that he does now, or that I do now, like at all. And he used it, but in ways that didn't necessarily like better our lives. They made things a little bit more comfortable in some ways. Yeah. And it was just silly. Yeah.
Well, like where we're from, it's like you're a business owner. You just automatically, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, you own a business, you're rich. And again, rich, where we're from, is a lot different than rich in the real world.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I thought you were cool. And then you started dating my brother's best friend, which is also like one of my brothers, because he was in our house all the time. Yeah. And it's just, you're part of the family.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I was hanging out with you because I was dating that kid. That's really it. And I never, ever thought I was better than anyone at that point in my life, ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea what your life or your childhood had actually been like. It was all surface.
Yeah.
Like,
well, same with you. Like, things. I hardly saw, like, I saw surface level everything. And your life compared to Whitney's life was definitely different. Yeah. And I also, like, really gravitated towards your mom. And she's a really good woman. Yeah. Which is so funny because watching you two's dynamic as a mother and daughter is just funny because it's a mother and daughter dynamic compared to, like, how I see her or how I see the two of you. But, and then, okay, so how did we end up getting so close?
So, when I was, like, 19 or maybe 20, me and Deanna are third. Yep. Deanna and I are technically cousins.
Technically.
Yeah. But when I explain her, I always say that she's my best friend.
Yeah.
But so Deanna had just graduated and she's like, I need out of my parents' house. And I was like, I need out of my parents' house. So we went and looked at this house and it was like a nicer house in town. It was more expensive and it had a third bedroom. So we're like, we need a third roommate to make this rent more affordable. Yeah. And Taryn was the one. I really have no idea how we decided on you.
I know.
I just remember we're like, we like you. We know we'll get along with you. We weren't best friends at the time.
No, we weren't.
You were just around.
Deanna and I had a really twisty past at that point even.
Yes, you guys did. But, like, we knew you had a job and, like, would commit to, like, the rent.
Paying money.
Yes. Yes.
I can't remember who you asked before me. I think you asked, like, Whitney.
Oh, I'm sure we did not ask Whitney because we did not want to live with her. We asked, like, Caitlin Cable.
Oh, okay.
And Madison Harms.
Which is so funny because Deanna got so mad at me for hanging out with her.
I know, I didn't like them at all.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, I didn't understand that. I don't understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we just decided on Taryn, and Taryn's like,
sure.
She was only 17 at the time.
I was.
Like, she was young. Still, you were not in school, but you were doing online school.
I was doing online school.
Yeah. So you were just a full adult, like, already.
I've been for a long time.
Yeah.
Up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all moved in together, lived in a house together.
Yeah.
And we were there for, I don't know if we were there for a year, maybe less than a year, but we did so much together. It feels like a whole lifetime.
It feels like
and just like that 1 year of living together.
Yeah. I just remember that too. I remember it being like so smooth. My dad did not care. Yeah. And like at that time we needed space anyway because my dad and I are very similar. When you're very similar to a certain parent, a lot of times you butt heads. Yeah. Like we're great now, but as a teenager it wasn't. And my little sister needed more attention than and me out of the way gave room for that. Yeah. And I don't take that in a bad way. It's just what the reality was. Yeah. And I loved living together, and it was exactly what you'd expect it would be. It was a fucking sorority house.
Yes.
Exactly. And we were all the time.
Every weekend, actually even through the week.
Yeah.
We were partying all the time, drinking all the time. Our basement was like a beer cave. Yeah. And like
I worked at Sonic. Deanna worked at Skills. What did you do?
I worked at the hospital on the mental health floor.
I forgot.
I worked nights.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah. Because you would come in and check on me.
Yep.
In the morning while I was
I get home at 7 a.m. and make sure everyone was still alive.
Yeah.
The party went well.
Like, everyone was okay. Yeah. Sonic during the summer, you don't get home till after midnight. Usually midnight for me specifically. And Skills, Deanna did nights and stuff too, or like third shift, like evening kind of things. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
It was
like one of the best moments of our life, even though it was also like a huge growing and transitioning phase for all three of us.
Yeah,
we all three went different ways.
Completely different directions after that.
Yeah.
Like, I was the first.
We actually have our address tattooed on us.
We do. We have our address. It's the
511.
511 Roman numerals, because that was our address. We got that last summer.
Yep. Yeah, it was a huge transition period for us. Like, I went to, like, cosmetology school from there and went and lived with Eric and Tony.
Yeah.
You joined the military. And Deanna moved to Springfield.
Yeah. And we were a little rocky after that for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we're disconnected a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why people talk about our friendship, and they're like, it's crazy you guys have been friends for so long, because
I know.
It just doesn't.
Really, after you joined the military, we could have never spoke again.
Honestly, we could have all just completely moved on.
Yeah.
Actually, have you to think for that, honestly, because you went out of your way to, like, come see me on your own.
Yeah.
You went out of your way to check in on me. You planned the trip for you and Deanna to come out there.
Yeah.
And then you guys connected with people that I knew.
Yeah.
And, like, that's, like, what, like, held us together. You would have stopped visiting me.
Yeah.
We probably
would not be here today.
Eventually you were the person I came home, I crashed on your couch.
Yeah.
Like, I hung out with you, like, after my dad sold his house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, goodness.
Anyway, back to questions about just you and less about us. Okay. Since moving here, what has been your biggest fear since you've moved here? Hit with the hard ones.
I'm a crier. Let me just preface that.
And
even though tears may come out of my eyes, I'm fine.
Yeah. She'll be fine.
My biggest fear since moving here is, like, losing a family member at home and not being there. Like my grandparents, for instance. Or even my parents, like, getting sick, and, like, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And I just always want to make the best of my time when I'm there and see who I can, and always make sure I tell everyone that I love them.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there. It's only like a 9-hour drive, and I can be there very quick. But
I can
you never know.
That is, like, the hardest part. Like, it's the what if, but if you always live in the what if, you'll never live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest, I think.
Okay. What has been the best thing since you've moved?
Like, gaining true independence and, like, being able to do what I want instead of just doing what the family says we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, whoever contradicts the plans at home, like, that would just be what we did.
Yeah.
And now I can do what I want. Like, I have my own boundaries. I have my own home. I make my own plans. And that's the best. Just the freedom to do what I feel like.
Yeah. What is your greatest insecurity in life and with moving?
My greatest insecurity with life? Just being a disappointment in general to anyone. Okay. Like, my friends, my family, the world. Like, I always just strive to be, like, a good person, someone that you can count on, and someone that is, like, loving. And I always want all of my friends and family to feel that from me. And moving, not really failing, I guess, whenever I do. Like, if I move and I can't afford to do what I've set out to do, and I have to admit that, I guess. It seems like a failure, but it's not a failure. It's just, it's okay to try things and it not work out. But
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest thing you've learned since moving? Like, some tidbits of wisdom that you would give somebody else that was about to do what you're going to do at any age.
Probably just that the world is not always what you think it is. That when I lived in Nevada, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew the world. I thought I knew how things worked. And then I moved and I realized that I knew this much. Like, truly being open-minded and, like, just listening to people and, like, learning. There's so much to learn about life, and leaving, I think, gave me that opportunity to just expand everything.
Yeah.
And see the world just so much more, which I love.
Yeah.
So,
lighter question. What do you think is like? How do you think other people see you now that you've moved? We've talked about this before, personally.
I think the ones that people that truly love me, are happy for me, and they see me as just like adventurous, and I guess just happy, or I don't know. That's a hard question, actually.
I would say personally, I think the good ones see you as like fulfilled.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to still conceptualize what you're doing, because, like you just said, like your mindset from being somewhere so small, it is truly hard to grasp the concept of anything bigger.
Yeah, until you live it.
Until you do it. So like they're like they have an idea, but they don't really know.
Yeah. But then there's also people that think that I think I'm better than them because I live in a bigger city, or I don't live in Missouri anymore. Like, they think that maybe they had authority over my time and actions.
Yeah.
And when I go home to visit, I don't specifically see a specific person. They take it personally and automatically assume that I don't like them anymore, or that I'm better than them because I just don't have the time to see them, and it's just not the truth at all.
I would say that's a shared experience from both of us, is like people like will pick at your life, especially people that like think they know you, or they just want to be mean about it because they're jealous in some way, or they're just envious in some capacity. And it's really unfair. Like, I will say, when you move, the things that crumble away the first are all of the relationships that were not the strongest, even ones you didn't realize. Yeah. Because you have no choice but to decide what your time is worth and like where it matters, and that will hurt people's feelings sometimes. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's just what the truth is. And when you're hardcore people pleasers, like you and I, when you're there and it's convenient, it's easy to be a people pleaser. Yeah. It is not easy to be a people pleaser once you leave. When your time is constrained, you are literally forced to change. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll kill yourself. Yeah. You have to pick and choose. Yeah. And there's not time slots for everybody. Yeah. So. Okay, so that's just a fact. Where do you see your life within the next year? What's next for Kelsey? The next year is exciting for me. I feel inspired, and I'm ready for what's next. So ever since moving, I lived in the same town for almost 30 years, and I've lived here for almost 3. And I already I'm itching to just leave. Like, I don't want to be trapped in another place for 30 years. Yeah. Or even another year. So I'm leaving this area. Yeah. So when I say I'm leaving, I'm either moving 30 miles away to a bigger city or town. But what I really want to do is live a camper life. I don't want to have a specific address in one place anymore. I want to have a car, a Bronco or a Jeep or something, and I want to get a camper, and I want to live everywhere. As long as my business can handle that, that's what I'm doing. Yep. So that's where I see myself in a year. All right. Anything else that you think people should know about you that they don't know? Not really. Is there anything you think that I should say? No, I feel like that encompasses you, like, as a whole, like who you are as a person. You're very loving and caring, excited, and you're a great planner. You plan everything, and like truly, people would be lucky to have anyone as close as like a friend like you. Like, you are absolutely a ride or die. If I called you tomorrow and said, "Hey, we're going to Toledo because I gotta murder someone there," you'd be like, "All right, just let me make some coffee and take a shower real quick." I need a shower and I need a coffee. No, I do, like, it's
nice to have great relationships, and I always want to maintain them. I am a people pleaser, but I have set boundaries lately, and I just always want to make everyone happy. I want everyone to feel as happy as I feel. I'm a huge empath. I truly believe I'm like empathetic. Like I have this thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I just am.
Yeah.
And I feel everyone's hurt. I feel people's happiness. I feel inspired when other people are inspired. I'm just...
Yeah, you're just a sponge. You can take in anybody else's emotions around you. Yeah. Like, you can feel that.
Totally. I feed off everyone.
It's so weird how we're connected, because I'm the same way. Like, I can feel someone's energy in the room. I can pinpoint a person. Yes. I will be like, this person, this. And usually, I'm fucking right. Yes. I'm not trying to brag. I'm usually, like, right on the money. Yes. I'll be like, if someone surprises me, well, they're probably a psychopath. They're probably truly, like, they need to be assessed. Yeah.
Oh, also, I have a dog. Her name's Cleo. She's a German Shepherd, and she's
wandering around.
If you hear the noises, it's her. She just wants attention, but that's it.
How do you like want to be remembered? What's a mark you want to leave on the world?
I just want people to feel loved. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel everyone deserves love. That's been a huge thinking point for me lately, because sometimes I'm single, not married, no boyfriend, nothing. Haven't had a boyfriend in a long time, but I'm happy that way. But sometimes I feel like pressure to have a significant other just because other people do, or other people think that I should. But I've been, in my opinion, I am loved. I feel love from my family and my friends and my nieces and nephews. Like, my love cup is full. Yeah. There's always room. Okay, we just had a camera issue, but
we are good.
To finish my statement,
yeah,
I just want people to feel loved by me. That's how I want to leave an imprint. I want people to know that they are loved and that they're important.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Any regrets?
About the podcast or in life?
Oh, you got any regrets?
Regrets? No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I don't really believe in regrets either.
Yeah. You just decisions that maybe went wrong that you learned from. I really don't have any regrets, I don't think.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Having a regret is like wishing your future was changed, or your current present was completely different, but you just never know what direction that could have been.
Yeah, or where I'd be right now if I did something different 10 years ago. I like where I'm at right now, so.
Good. Well, it's important to me that you feel loved. I'm glad you feel loved. Yes. I hope EJ and I do a great job making you feel that way.
Absolutely. I just sent you, did you see the video I sent you on Facebook last night? It was, it was basically saying, thank you to that couple that never makes me feel like a third wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a video of two girls and a man, and like they're just best friends. The man's there. They're all just like living life, and like I am very grateful for you and EJ. Like,
we're pretty grateful for you. We have a very idealistic situation. People are like, I don't what.
I know. Even Deanna's like, Kelsey's over there hanging out with your husband, because me and EJ, we went to California together.
Yep.
And like, we've been watching House of Dragons. Taryn's decided she just doesn't give a shit about it. Mm-mm. And EJ and I very much do.
Yeah.
So like, we've been trying to get together to watch the episodes, and we've been at my house because it's just better.
Well, you have the bigger TV.
Yeah, I have the bigger TV.
And there's no guarantee at our house that the babies won't wake up. So I'm just like, go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very unconventional. I'm so thankful to have you guys. Yeah, and you never make me feel like I'm in the way, or I'm intruding on your life, or like make me feel like I need to get my own life because y'all are married, so leave you alone. No, it's never like that. I always feel welcomed.
EJ and I have a very different dynamic than most people, but like, we're very intentional. Like, if there's something wrong or we need to spend time together, just the two of us, like, we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an external source that's affecting us. It's just us.
Yeah.
And whatever we allow to affect us. And we're very happy this way. I mean, for the love of God, EJ and his extravagant gifts with you,
I know.
I could just not. He bought her a PlayStation 5 for her birthday this year. He was so excited. The whole thing's like, I just want to tell you, I just want to do this. I don't know how you feel about me buying this gift for another woman. And I was like, Kelsey's not another woman. Ew.
Don't say that.
That's gross. Like,
yeah.
She's Kelsey. Like, we're just what we are. That's just weird.
It is weird. Yeah, no, so I'm happy. Our lives are good. Yeah. Also, me and AJ got to plan your birthday last night.
Oh, you did?
It was nice to be able to get together and just, like, discuss and hash things out.
It's convenient that was it yesterday morning?
Yes.
Or I don't remember. A couple days ago, I sent you guys, like, you were asking questions, and I was like, I need to stop being
Sunday
a dick and just send you out some stuff instead of, like, gatekeeping
what you want. Yeah, so that was nice. Also, I'm a huge planner. I like to have a schedule.
I know.
I'm very schedule oriented, and it was nice to, like, sit down, hash out this plan. Yeah. And we're going to put it in motion.
Because EJ is very schedule oriented too. Kelsey is the better planner. EJ does best with a schedule that he knows. And I am like, we could make it work. Like, I can make a plan. I could do a great job. Mm-hmm. I'm just also fine with not. Like, I will go with any flow and it will not upset me. You?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Cancellation? I'm sorry. What? I don't do cancellations. Yeah. I've had this
in
my calendar.
It's been in the calendar for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You tell me you gotta move it now? Yeah. I've been prepared. Kills me.
Yeah. So, that's me.
Yeah. You get to know more. I got the hard hitters because the rest of the quirky, like, personality characteristics. Oh my gosh. Will come out throughout the podcast.
And when I interview you, like this, we also talked about you a lot. Like, just because we're intertwined and it gives context to what I'm saying. Yeah. So we'll also learn more about me when I interview you.
Yeah. It'll be a couple pointed questions, but it'll be more of a group answer.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. We're gonna go to the beach this weekend and live our best lives.
Yeah, actually,
we'll film something there.
We might get a joint podcast before you get a me podcast. Yep. So, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Bye.